Hi, I'm Mark Small, Civil Discourse Now for July 22nd, 2022. It's hot. It's really, really incredibly hot. It's so hot. In Great Britain, a runway melted. All these things are happening around the world, and most of the rest of the world acknowledges that we're really messing up the environment by dumping all sorts of fossil fuel refuse into the air and into the water. But we lurch along, kind of tied to a belief that no, we couldn't have done it. Everybody's blown it out of proportion. Of course, the old companies, coal companies, love doing that. They'll blow it off. They don't care. Seriously, a lot of them really don't care. They don't live downstream or downwind from the things that are dumping the things out. So they don't really experience it directly. As long as those profits are coming in, who gives it? They don't care. So they will feed you whatever propaganda they need to. Their handlers will tell them what they need to feed it with. And a lot of those shares are held by other countries now who really don't care what happens here. So that's at the same time as we have a theocratic element, in other words, evangelical Christians, who have a very finite view of existence. With the second coming of Jesus, everything's done anyway. So they really don't care. In fact, the more they compress things, the happier they are. They viewed the creation of the modern state of Israel as a hallmark of the second coming of Christ. Now, people in Israel might think they've got really good buddies with the evangelical Christians, but it's not true. It's like the episode of Twilight Zone where the aliens came down from another planet and they were friendly to humans. And they were sending humans up to their planet, showing them just how much they love humans. And they had this book. Their philosophy was titled To Serve Mankind. And then at the end, of course, the punchline is this guy finally translated it and he goes, "It's a cookbook." So what we're looking at is these, people are going on, "What's the end of times? That's good. Everything's going, just looks being destroyed, just like the Lord said it would." And that's silly until you realize that they have control of political power. And we really have to be aware of that, because as we burn up here, and they'll say, "Well, you're going to burn up in hell." No, I'm not. There's a special place for me in hell. I've been told that by several authorities over time. Besides, I know the people who are running the place. I'm not going to have a bummer down there. You are. But here's the thing. We can't let people, based upon religion, run our government. The framers wanted a separation of church and state. That's what we've had. That's what we need. So next time you're at a dinner and it's more of a public thing and it's not a private organization, so well, we're going to have a prayer. Have 10 of them lined up. Say, okay, you're going to do that one. I've got an Islamic prayer. I've got one for Zoroastrians. I've got one here. I've got another one for Islam. I've got a prayer here for Hindus. Here's one for Buddhism. We got 4 variations of Buddhist prayer. And if somebody says, "Well, sit down. That ain't Christian." This isn't a Christian country. This country is not based on a religion. So all of those religions get full, fair play. You don't like it? Think of it this way. When they turned that telescope a couple of weeks ago out towards the cosmos to see what was out there, and they realized that the universe is far older and more extensive than we thought. It goes for hundreds of billions of light years. Do you think that if there were a God that had created all of that this is the only planet that has what passes, in our view, for intelligent life? And if you think there is a God like that, do you think that God cares whether you baptize by full immersion in water or by just sprinkling? Do you think that God really cares who Republicans are or who's going to win a primary election, such that he'd tell a preacher here in Indiana, "Well, I sent them riots to Capitol"? the Capitol on January 6th. No, it's absurd. So let's look at our environment. We have to live here. Future generations have to live on this planet. We're stewards for this planet. We're supposed to take care of it well enough that the next generation along will be okay. So that's what I have to say before another really, really hot weekend. My air conditioning is out. We've messed up the environment. We've got to stop doing it. So it's Mark Small, Civil Discourse Now. Peace, love, happiness, freedom, nanu, nanu. And of course, be with you. Take care.